Section 9 of Collected Poems 1901 to 1918 by Walter De la Mare. Read for LibriVox.org by Claire. FALSTAFF. 'Twas in a tavern that with old age stooped, and leaned rheumatic rafters over his head, a bloused prodigious man, which talked and stared, and rolled, as if with purpose, a small eye, like a sweet Cupid in a cask of wine. I could not view his fatness for his soul, which peeped like harmless lightnings, and was gone, as haps to voyagers of the summer air. And when he laughed, time trickled down those beams, as in a glass, and when in self-defense he puffed that paunch, and wagged that huge Greek head, nosed like a punchinello, then it seemed 100 widows swept in his small voice, now tenor, and now bass of drummy war. He smiled, compact of loam, this orchard man, mused like a midnight, webbed with moonbeam snares, of flitting love, woke, and a king he stood, whom all the world hath in sheer jest refused, for helpless laughter's sake, and then for fend. Bacchus and Jove reared past Olympus there, and Pan leaned leering from Promethean eyes. Lord, sighed his aspect, weeping o'er the jest, what simple mouse brought such a mountain forth? Macbeth. Rose like dim battlements the hills enreared, steep crags into the fading primrose sky. But in the desolate valleys fell small rain, mingled with drifting cloud. I saw one come, like the fierce passion of that vacant place, his face turned glittering to the evening sky, his eyes, like grey despair, fixed faithlessly on the still rainy turrets of the storm, and all his armor in a haze of blue. He held no sword, bare was his hand and clenched, as if to hide the inextinguishable blood murder had painted there, and his wild mouth seemed spouting echoes of deluded thoughts. Around his head, like vipers all distort, his locks shook, heavy laden at each stride. If fire may burn invisible to the eye, oh, if despair strive everlastingly, then haunted here the creature of despair, fanning and fanning flame to lick upon a soul still childish in a blackened hell. Banquo. What dost thou here, far from thy native place? What piercing influences of heaven have stirred thy heart's last mansion, all corruptible to wake, to move, and in the sweets of wine and fire sit tempting madness with unholy eyes? Begone, thou shuddering pale anomaly! The dark presses without on yew and thorn, stoops now the owl upon her lonely quest. The pomp runs high here, and our beauteous women seek no cold witness. Oh, let murder cry, too shrill for human ear, only to God. Come not in power to wreak so wild a vengeance. Thou knowest not now the limit of man's heart, he is beyond thy knowledge. Gaze not then, horror enthroned lit with insanest light. End of section 9. This recording is in the public domain. Recording by Claire.